Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning for the followers. Good morning for those who are watching us. And welcome to our podcast. My name is Jabo Butera, and I am the co-founder and managing director of Diversity Business Incubator. So this is our podcast where we talk conversation around businesses. The purpose is to inform, share, exchange the knowledge we have, not only by ourselves, but also within the city where we live. We live in Plymouth, in England. We're looking at the business element of it. How does business work? What can we share as knowledge and intel so that someone else can pick from there and learn from there so they can on their way to success. The aim is to create this pool or portfolio of successful entrepreneurs, successful business owners, successful investors from our community. We're not claiming being the financial advisors or debt advisors. We talk about ideas around businesses. We use our own experience of life. I've been in business for over 10 years. Not a lengthy experience, but I know most of it, how it goes. So it's just sharing that. The good side of it as well is we'll get a chance to speak to other people as well who are in business. Maybe they'll inspire you. Maybe you come that time you think, I can do it as well. I can do it as well. I can go into business. So that's going to be our podcast today. We have a guest today. We have a visitor today who's going to tell us about her business and what she does. You'll discover her soon. But in the meantime, if you have any question, if you have any information you want to share, if you want to share your journey as well with the listeners and those who follow us from Diversity Business Incubator, please get in touch and then we can talk to you as well. So our purpose, as we say, we're trying to build this pool of wonderful entrepreneurs, successful entrepreneurs, sharing their knowledge. So we're sharing our knowledge with everyone so someone can learn from it or can benefit from it. It's always good to have an opportunity to share with everyone. And that way you get to learn what others have done. And you can learn from there and benefit from it. So this morning, I'm joined by my guest today, this morning. Good morning, Nadia.
Good morning.
Good morning. So I was just telling our listeners and those who are following us about our podcast, our conversation we're going to have today. And I was explaining to those listening to us, it's an opportunity we're just sharing our knowledge. We are sharing our journey so that someone can benefit from it.
Sure.
As well as saying we are here to trade, to do business. So if someone want to do business with us, they're welcome. So let me give you the chance to introduce yourself. Tell us who you are.
Hi, everyone. I am Nadia, and I go by Nadia K Coaching on Instagram, and I am the founder of Club Kombat. I have been a fitness trainer for 12 years now. And I also have another business that is called Nadia K Hair. Used to be Natural Weaves by Nadia, but I've changed it up a little bit. We're rebranding. And both of my businesses are built off of experiences that I have had within my life, where I have felt that there's been a need for diversity, a need for education. And I did that within the fitness sector. I love going to fitness classes. That's my hobby. It's my passion. And there's always a lack of diversity, and by that I mean diversity in its entirety. It's always not always, the majority of people are able-bodied. They're of a certain demographic, and my thing is, there are other people out there, and fitness should be accessible to everybody, but you can only create that diversity by the instructor, by you yourself creating an inclusive space. So that's what I did within the fitness, within my fitness movement, and also with hair as well. Mine is very inclusive, and I do a lot of people's hair with mixed heritage. I found that there is often a gap with when you go to a certain salon, or you go to the majority of salons, and they kind of look at your hair and they go, oh yeah, we can't deal with your hair. And it's also about that, that education and how to look after it, because it's not easy and it's not the same. Say if you have a white British mother, and she wants to, she doesn't know anything different other than to treat her hair the way that she treat your hair the way that she treats hers. Well, that's pretty normal, because you're washing the hair, you're cleaning it. But what actually is happening is you're stripping the moisture out of our hair that we need in it. And I learned that, from having straw hair when I was a child. My mum was a hairdresser. But I kind of, I just educate with everything that I do. And I just try to, recycle the knowledge that I learn throughout my life and throughout my experiences. I learn something every day. I'm one of those people. I'm like a sponge. And then, and I just give it back. Pay it forward.
You pay forward. I like that. It's more to do with the experience. Well, let's tackle one by one. We'll come to the hair. Let's talk about the fitness.
Yes.
That's really interesting. So you are a fitness instructor.
Yeah.
And
so I'll tell you a quick story. When I was 25, I opened up a fitness studio. First business ever. I thought, I can do this. I know what I'm doing. I didn't know what I was doing, but I opened up a brand new fitness studio. I changed this whole shop it was a video shop before. I put sprung flooring in there, mirrors, all the lights, and it was a huge well, it wasn't huge. It was lovely. It was like could fit about 15 people in it. It was brilliant. And I took on every aspect of that business when I was 25, and I had 2 children under 2. So it was and I was on my own. So it was pretty tough. But I did it, and I ran it for 5 years, and it was absolutely amazing. But I listened to what people were saying, and they said to me, Nad, I just don't want to look at my wobbly bits when I'm working out. I don't want to see myself working out. That's what the majority was saying. So I was like, okay, how do I change this? And then a company that came into Newquay, and I started teaching for them, a fitness company, and we went into nightclubs, and I was like, this is where I want to be. This is a bit of me. I love atmosphere. It's dark, there's loud music, people can't see their wobbly bits. And that was when I was like, right, this is where I'm moving all my customers into. Now, I did lose a lot of customers that did like the nice clean floor, you're touching sticky flooring, but I just gave them gloves. So I lost 1 or 2 customers, but actually I gained a whole new demographic of people that were that didn't want the mirrors and didn't want the lights, and they just wanted to work out, just go nuts and not have to worry about it. So that's all about me. That's my difference, my unique selling point, I guess, for my business, is that it breaks down barriers that people have towards fitness. I love to modify, I love a challenge. So if somebody comes to me and they say, I can't do that, I'm like, right, okay, let's find something that we can do. So I actively embed the modifications, and I work with people, and I'll get on Zoom with them, and I'll find out their strengths, their weaknesses, and we just work together to create a plan. So they know if I'm demoing something over here, they know what that, their modification is going to be, so that they can work the same muscles, but just in a different way. And I'm really open to that, and I'm all for it. Yeah. So I created Club Kombat is a mix of kickboxing and combat moves. You've got really fast, energetic combinations that we just throw in punches. Honestly, I say to everybody, I really don't care if you're getting it on beat, on time. It doesn't matter, as long as you're throwing punches and you're doing it safely, which I go through. And then the strength training, which is the bit that I do care about, and where I really, do coach people through it. And you just mix it up. So the 45 minutes just goes like that, and people love it, and you just burn so many calories. So yeah, music is key to it as well, because I love my music. So yeah, that's the fitness side of it. Am I here? Can you hear me? Hello? I don't know if I've disappeared or if Jabo's disappeared. Hello?
Can you hear me again?
I can now, yeah.
Right. It was my internet was I don't know what was happening.
Oh, was it your side? I wasn't sure if it was my end or yours.
I don't know which end it was. I think it was my end as well. Um, it was going well. Conversation was going well, flowing. So let's crack on back on. I think it's the morning, Monday morning. Monday
Yes.
morning, the internet is playing up. So
Yeah.
wonderful.
So
You
yeah,
you
that was,
talked about diversity. You talked about inclusion
yeah.
and what you're creating and bringing on, which is different from what you will normally see on mainstream fitness or gyms existing. When you
Mm-hmm.
go and it's sparkle clean and glass mirrors everywhere, everyone is looking and you expect to see, everyone goes there fit and have this body way of, and sometimes it might be a barrier because you feel like you start comparing yourself to the person next to you. As you
Absolutely.
say, it's not everyone has his own way, has shape and has his own challenges. And
Mm-hmm.
by joining this fitness is because you're trying to address something. So you're bringing saying your way is more you understand the individual where they come from and you
Mm-hmm.
remove those barriers.
That's what I try to do, is remove
Yeah.
everybody's barrier. Everybody has their barriers. I know that because I've had them myself, and I'm really open with people that I work with, and I tell them my barriers. I never wanted to do that in the first place, but
Hmm.
I actually tell people. And I come from an empathetic side, so I understand that people have these barriers. And once I tell them a little bit about my story, they understand it then. And yeah, it's all about inclusion, and fitness should be and can be accessible to everybody. And I hate that feeling of feeling excluded, and being in. And I don't like creating little cliques of people within fitness. I'm like, no, we're all in it together. We are all part of one. So that's just something that I've tried to create, as I said, from experiences that I've had throughout my life.
Wow. This is very interesting. So you feel like it's a welcoming place, and you don't have to be fit to join a gym or to be to go to a fitness club.
No, absolutely not. Because the whole point is we want to get to whatever goals that you want to get to, and people do automatically think you have to be a certain body type or of a fitness level when you first come in. And my biggest thing is you don't have to do that. We're all on this journey together, and I try and
Mhm.
make people feel comfortable. Look, there's been a time in my life when I didn't really know there was something going on with my hormones, with my health. I didn't know what was going on, and I was ballooning, and I was just getting bigger and bigger, but I still had to teach. And that was really awkward for me, and it made me feel awful. I had like imposter syndrome. Like, should I be teaching this? Should I be doing this job? Because I didn't understand what was going on. And that
Yeah,
was something that I've had to figure out.
yeah,
It's still not completely sorted, but it's something that I've really had to figure out. But through that, I would have not wanted to highlight that to people. I wouldn't have wanted to say that, and I would have wanted to have time off. But I can't have time off. It's my job, so I have to be
yes,
open and honest with it. And there was a point in my life I just ballooned. And for me, being able to talk about that and express that to people and show you that you can still do it. And look, my fitness level's still up there. I just don't know what's going on with me.
yes.
And yeah, and that, I think for me it was awkward, to say the least, but for other people it gave them a bit more of a purpose and somebody that they can relate to. Do you see what I
Hmm.
mean? So yeah,
Yes.
so I go through negative experiences in my life, and I kind of feed it into everything that I'm doing to help other people. That's my mission, really.
I think you're touching your rail because this is why we're having this conversation. By having this conversation, we're hoping someone will hear and they'll get inspired. They'll feel that help is out there to for them to start a journey as well in business. So tell us what made you going into business? What made you starting your own business? Is it a
um,
choice? Is it
I'll be honest. I'm not really one. I don't like rules that don't make sense. So I'm like, I follow rules that make
yeah?
sense, benefit people, the majority of people. So when
Yes.
people enforce certain rules, I'm a bit like, no, I don't like that rule. It doesn't make sense.
Yes.
So I'm a kind of person that I'm not afraid to go against the rules, but I'll create something a little bit different, which is
Mhm.
against the grain. At first, people said that I was nuts. they thought I was maybe a little bit big-headed, but it's not about that. It's about, I know the type of people that I can and want to help. So it's my drive is always helping people. It's always about health, mental, physical, health in its entirety. And that's why I did it, because I had a really rough time 11 years ago when I broke up with my children's father. It was fitness that actually saved me. And I say that like literally I had to adopt a fitness mindset. Otherwise I would have been really, really poorly. So I got this mindset and I held on to it, and I had to learn, how did I actually adopt this? Going through a really rough time. I know that it got me through it. So I had to figure out and unpick how I managed to create this mindset. What was it that I was able to jump out of victim mode and turn into success mode? How did I do that? And now I teach it to people because it's really important for me to pay it forward.
That's fantastic. Wow, really, really good. So as a businesswoman, a successful businesswoman, what would you say to someone who's who want to start? What should they go with? Is that the passion or wanting to solve a problem? What would you tell them?
I would say, don't take advice from people that you wouldn't trade places with. And by that, I mean, there are so many people. I took so much negative advice from people that have never started a business. They didn't think that I could do it. They didn't think it was possible. They said to me, you have 2 kids, you're a single parent. When are you going to stop? That's what they were saying to me. When are you going to stop? And I was like, stop what? Helping people? Is that what, what am I supposed to stop here? And as long as you can manage your time really well, you have to be so organized, get some systems, get some policies and some, ways of doing things, real good systems in your life to be able to navigate it all. Because at the end of the day, my biggest job is being a mother, and my kids need time. So for me to be able to juggle that and do what I do, I have to be mega, mega organized. So really get some good systems in place. Don't take advice from somebody that you wouldn't trade places with. I mean that, like, that's the best bit of advice that I can give to anybody, because everybody wants to chip in, and not actually everybody's happy for you. They don't want to see you succeed. So they'll try and make you feel that you can't do it. But actually, if you stay focused on your mission, and you've got a really clear mission of helping people, not of lining your pocket, of actually helping people, then that needs to be your driving force, and you need to continue with that. And don't listen to what, people that have never created a business or don't know what a successful growth mindset is. Why are you giving me advice? I don't need to take advice from you.
This is good. This is good. That's why we're having this conversation, Nadia, so people can hear from you. You've walked the walk. You're still walking the walk, and they can learn from here. That's really good. Talking about the other business, so you have more than one business. So we talked about the fitness, and that one has its own platform. Do you have like a website of it where people will find information about?
I've got the website clubkombat.com, but the main platform is Instagram for both of my platforms. So you can go to the Nadia K Coaching or Club Kombat on Instagram, and that's where you'll find and see everything that's sort of going on, and see what our ambassador program is all about, and how I've got an amazing team of diverse people that are helping me to get the message out there, and they're absolutely amazing. I couldn't do it if it wasn't for them. No way.
Wow. I was talking to one of the lady in Innovate UK, and the base, I think, in Cornwall. She's in fitness as well. I cannot remember the organization called. And she was explaining how to break into the market of USA, where you have a big demographic of individuals from the Black community. And then you're talking about that inclusivity in terms of the shape, in terms of the activities, or who they see in the mirror, or who they relate to, who is promoting the company. Do we see that in England? Do we have that still, that representation challenge within the fitness industry? Is it still existing? What's your experience?
it's changing. It's changing. My biggest barrier, my biggest struggle personally has been embedding diversity, and that has to be actively embedded. So I thought it was going to be organic. So because of the person that I am, and because of my own personal values, I thought that people would just get it.
Yeah.
like you're supposed to be with me if you are diverse, because I scream diversity. But it doesn't happen like that. It doesn't. So I have had to actively embed that. And it's been a struggle. I'm not going to lie. I had to get over myself a little bit and have a word with myself, because I was quite worried about offending people.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be offensive in any way. And it was somebody who I spoke to, one of my team members. She's got a disability, and she said to me, Nadia, you're not offensive. You're the least offensive person. So you have to stop thinking like that. And I was like, do you know what? It literally is all in my mind, because, my purpose is bigger than, my own fears of being offensive. So actually, I got over it. And then I just started talking to people. And like I said, I've had to actively embed that. It hasn't happened organically. People didn't just come. So yeah, that's been my biggest struggle. But absolutely, it's still a barrier. And I don't know what is changing. It is changing. And as I said, the media have a massive role to play within that representation. And we can see the change, which is very refreshing at the moment. You can see it. Do you know what I mean? You can see how much they're changing, how much diversity they're creating on the media, which is amazing. But it still doesn't happen organically with little companies. So that has to change. And that's that's my mission, basically.
Being based here in the Southwest and Plymouth, especially, do you have many other coaches and other people in fitness who are from the minority communities? Do you know many? Or
I know a few. Majority, I know guys and their PTs. But yeah, I know a few. I'm from Cornwall, and Cornwall, no, not much at all. And yeah, I mean, I think I was the only person from the BAME community that I knew of that was a coach in Cornwall. Again, that still didn't bring diversity. The demographic of people that come, which is amazing, but it's very samey. And I was a bit like, why isn't this happening? Why doesn't it just naturally happen? But it doesn't. So, you have to get your voice a bit louder and let people know exactly what you are doing. And I've been doing this from the start, not since the Black Lives Matter movement, not since George Floyd, from the beginning. You guys know that. And then, it was kind of like when this all kicked off with the Black Lives Matter last year, it was kind of like, oh, everybody woke up. Oh, right, now I'm supposed to do it. And I was like, hang on a minute. I've been doing this from the beginning. This should have been done from the start. You know what I mean? But hey ho, it doesn't, I'm not complaining. The shift is happening, it's taking place. It's just, it needs to be a little bit quicker in my eyes.
Well, for those listening and those who are watching us or following us, we're going to watch a bit later on. This is an opportunity, as you say, Nadia is here available to help. That's why you say you're here to help others. So if someone is interested in the fitness industry or want to go in that fitness industry, they can get in touch with you. You'll be able to share your experience.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I've got a team of people. I've got a team of ambassadors for people that are saying, do you know what? I understand what you're doing. I understand your message, and I'm rolling with it. And I'm going to help you spread that message. And I give my time and my coaching. I want to help everybody to hit their goal. So we work together. It's a mutually beneficial agreement that we put together. I help you, you help me. We're all in this together. And yeah, they just basically people just need to send a message to whether it's Facebook or Instagram. Get in contact, and yeah, I'll share my stories. We hang around at the end of session. We're all sweaty and we just talk about stuff. And I'll just try and, just give people a bit of connection and reality. I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to sit here and say, I just eat salads and I'm doing this. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. I go out on the weekends. I like to have fun, but everything is worked in, and I help people manage that. I'm a I like to have fun as well. And, I work out hard and we eat really healthy, but we have fun.
Brilliant.
So
Yeah.
important.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. You are an inspiration to many, Nadia, and we know how you
Oh,
work hard. And to show that you work hard, it's not only you run one business, you have multiple. So talk to us about the other business you have with the hair.
yeah. So I would say I'm an innovative person. I like to do things that work around my children and around my life. So I've been a hairdresser since I was 18. Well, I say 18. I started it when I was like 14, but obviously I trained when I was 18, and I now specialize in braids, weaves, extensions. I've been doing it for years, and I really help people to embrace their natural hair and love it and protect it. So I'm all about growing your natural hair. Now there is many places that you will go to, and I'm not, I'm not going to do anything that is going to damage your hair, and I will lose customers. I'm happy to lose customers if they ask me to do something that's going to damage their hair. So I will not relax your hair and braid it at the same time. I won't do that because I like hair and I care about it and I want to help you grow your hair. So there's certain things that I will do and there's certain things that I won't do, but what I won't do is damage your hair. And I help people to grow it and love it and embrace it and look and also I'm very much, as long as people know the history behind Afro hair and braids and things like that, I am happy that anybody, any color of any skin, any heritage can have any hairdo that they want. Yeah, that's my sort of mission. So a lot of people, I get a lot of messages going, oh, do you think I'm allowed to have box braids or am I allowed? And I'm like, oh, I'm inclusive. As long as I can teach you the history behind it and you know why you're wearing braids and you know where that's come from, then you're good. Like I don't think that certain types of hairstyles for anybody else, but it's really important to embrace the culture and the history. So that's kind of my message to people. I'm mixed heritage. I'll wear my hair whatever I want. I went through about 18 years of having dead straight poker hair, and it's like, no, we don't need to do that. Just embrace it.
This is good. This is good. That so you the way it comes, it's not like you're selling. This is what I do as business, and you're talking about. You need to know the history. You need to know why am I having this hair this way, and as well, you're saying what you'll do. You won't damage the hair. So you are on that mission of helping, and I can hear it on your message every time you talk. It's that wanting to help. That's really, really. That's the key message I'm getting from you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a little girl, she was 8 years old, and she came to me, and her mum said she wants to shave her hair. She's mixed heritage. She wants to shave her hair. She hates it. I was like, I will not shave that child's hair. She didn't really want a skinhead. She just didn't like her hair. And I just said to her mother, and this is what I say to anybody, I'm going to make you a promise and you just have to trust me. That's what I say to them. They're like, well, no, if you're not going to do what we want to do. And I said, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to shave a child's hair. If she, she's saying that she doesn't like her hair, she just doesn't know how to love it. I will make you a promise that within 6 months, this child will love her hair. I promise you that. And, by the end of the 6 months, the child loves her hair. She no longer wants a skinhead. If she wanted a skinhead because she really wanted a skinhead, that's fine. But I'm not going to skinhead because you don't know how to love your hair. I'm going to teach you how to love it. So, yeah, it's really important.
There is that educational part behind all of this. Even, even the fitness, even the hair, is that part of educational where the individual at the end, they love who they are.
Yeah.
You're bringing the best out of themselves. So all your business are centered around that.
Absolutely.
Wow. So how tell me, you're very busy. You have 2 children. You run 2 businesses. How your day goes? Tell me tell me like a typical day. How does it go?
Okay, so what I've been doing as well, I know it sounds a bit crazy, but as well as that, I teach adult education courses. So
so that's free.
That's what's saying. Yeah, that's good. So that's what I do in the daytime. That's what I've been doing throughout the pandemic. For the WEA, I've been teaching. It's called A Hidden History of Racial Inequality, and asked me to put that course on. Back last year, through Black Lives Matter, through the George Floyd, through the global pandemic that was going on. And it was amazing and, you know, incredible. Every course was packed out. There were so many people that wanted so much knowledge, history, and I hated history as a kid. I was that naughty kid in the back that I couldn't, nothing resonated with me. I couldn't connect to it at all. Do you know what I mean? Why are you telling me about people? I don't understand it. I need a link it to me, and then I get it. So yeah, history to me went over my head as a kid, and now I teach history, which is bizarre, but it's been absolutely incredible. And I've got, you know, everybody's waiting for me to do a part 2. So in the daytime, what I do is I get my kids ready for school. We do all the normal stuff, pack lunches. They normally forget something, then I have to come back, and, you know, it's all that crazy stuff. And then I teach my courses in the day. They're an hour and a half long. That's my Monday to Friday. Sometimes I'll have hair clients when I can fit in, so they're only an hour and a half. I'll do hair in the day. Obviously, throughout the pandemic, that hasn't been happening. So I've been building my fitness business and ambassador program and networking online as much as possible. So now I've got hair back up and running. I'll do a few hair clients. That is all about to change. I've just got a new job with the NSPCC, which will be my Monday to Friday. So I'm no longer doing courses at the moment. I'm building my part 2 course. So I'll do that on the weekend. I'll build it. But my full-time job now is going to be with the NSPCC. And then I come home from work. I pick up my kids. I come home from work, and then I flip on my computer and I teach my fitness classes, and we go nuts in my kitchen, and I play music, and we work out, and we shed loads of calories, and it's so exciting. And then we just chat about what we're doing in the day, and then I sit down and I get back to all my customers, which takes me a long time. And I've got a group as well that I run, and this is my Sculpt plan. So it's all about education, as everything is that I do. So I teach people how to look after their mindset, how to look after their health, their fitness, and I go through a whole 6-week course. So I talk to them every single day. And I've just completed my master's degree.
Wow.
Which I'll do in the evening. I mean, most people go to bed at about 10. I would start my master's at about 10. So I work until about 1 o'clock in the morning. But I've just finished that, and now I'm doing another course online. So I do that in the evenings. And then just rinse and repeat every day. And I love it. I absolutely love my life, literally. Like, it couldn't be any more exciting, because everything that I do is helping people. And people, if I got one lovely comment from somebody, that's me done, and I'm great, you know, and my day is made. And I get quite a few.
Wonderful. Well, as I say, you're an inspiration to many of us, and hope there's someone who's listened to your journey, someone who's seen your walk, and they're like, I can do it.
Yeah,
it's possible. Anything is possible.
absolutely.
You just have to put your effort in.
Absolutely. Look, if I've been on my own for 11 years with my 2 children, you have to get out of that victim mentality. Stop being a victim of your circumstances. And that's a great bit of advice. You know, I've got a whole team of single mums, you know, and a lot of them, they kind of like, oh, you know, I don't get any help, and I don't get this, and I don't get that. We don't need help. We don't need that help. As long as you've got the right mentality, you can do anything. Do you know what I mean? But you have to make choices. You can't sit and binge watch Netflix and want to be successful at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to prioritize.
Oh wow. Well, thank you very much for your time, Nadia. We've had a good conversation. I'm sure I wish we would have been longer and stay longer and talk more. But as I say, the day is calling. You have probably a lot to run as well, and you've given so much information to everyone out here. What would you tell? Just your one word. You tell someone who want to start their own businesses. What would you advise again?
Don't let fear ruin your success. Wow, don't let fear be a driver, because fear, we all run off fear, and that's the biggest, you know, success killer. So yeah, recognize your fear, challenge it, and work with it.
Don't let fear run
ruin your success.
Ruin your success. Yes. Wow. Thank you very much for your time, Nadia. It has been a pleasure, and I hope those who are listening and those following us, they found it useful, and you got all the information how you can get in touch with Nadia, with her coaching or with the hair business. We wish you a wonderful success in what you are doing.
Thank
You're a
you.
champion to us. You're a champion to our community, and well done. We'll always keep supporting you and shouting about you. So thank you for accepting our invitation for today.
No problem. I appreciate it. Have a lovely day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nadia.
Bye.